The first time you click Start Digital Game, the app will download the required files to connect to what we call the FRP, or the Fast Reverse Proxy Server. This is required to make the game data and the app website available to the mobile users. Now, unfortunately, the first time you do this, you will very well get a very ugly looking error message. And the reason for that is because your virus protection software thinks that it's malware, thinks that it's a dangerous file, and it's not. It's a legitimate file and it's used by lots of applications. But unfortunately, some people have used this particular style of software for not good purposes. So that's why your antivirus will fix it. We have tried in everything that we've done in Phenom Bingo to make things as automated and as easy as possible for setup and operation that we could. We tried different software to run the digital game, but we found that it was either laggy, so it just sometimes it was so slow to connect and update and everything else that made it unusable, or that scaling wise, like as more and more users use the digital game, we had to have something that would scale and make sure that there was very little lag, make sure it was snappy, make sure that it was also the connections were secure and reliable. And we ended up going for the FRP option. The other reason why we went for the FRP option, it means that we can scale, we can provide you with the state of the art app, we can provide you with something that works really well, scales really fast, and doesn't cost you anything, because some of these other options, as we scaled up, the cost to maintain them was just astronomical. And unfortunately, we would then have to pass that cost on to the user. And we didn't want to do that. We wanted to always make sure Phenom Bingo was a very affordable and usable app. So this is why we went this way. But the one issue we had was this virus protection thing for the frpc exe. Now, it's very, very easy to fix, and you only have to do it once, and it all depends on the virus protection that you use. So, for example, on my Mac, I use Bitdefender, and all it did was when I first ran it, it put the file into quarantine. I just clicked the restore button, it put the file back, and that was it. I didn't have to add any exemptions. It just made the exemptions. On a Windows machine running Bitdefender, all I had to do was click the restore, put the file back, and then when I went to run it again, it just said, "This wants to access the internet. Do you want to allow it?" I said allow, and away it went. So that was very easy. Like getting through the virus check with Bitdefender was a matter of seconds. McAfee, once again, was very easy. All we had to do was go in and restore the file from the quarantine. So I went into the quarantine files, clicked restore, but then we also had to add an exemption. So we had to go into the McAfee, add an exemption for that file, and once again, everything has been working very smoothly ever since. And once again, that process only took about 5 minutes. So it's not a major issue. I wish we could have avoided this, but the end result is you just get a very reliable, fast, low latency, low lag experience for both you and your players. For Windows security, that was a little bit more complex, but not bad. Firstly, we just once again had to restore the file from quarantine, and then we had to go into exemptions, and we had to put a folder exception on the folder, on the frpc folder, and then had to put a file exemption on the frpc.exe file, and then we had to put a process exception, so we just had to type in frpc.exe, and that all worked as well. So where are these files kept? If you are running Windows, the files are stored under C, users, and then whatever your user name is, whatever, however you set that up, and then a slash, and then app data / roaming / Phenom bingo / frpc. That's where that is. And the frpc.exe file must exist in that folder. So if the app downloads, especially if you're on Windows, if the app downloads the zip file, it will download the zip file from an official source, so you know you're not getting a nasty file. If you manually have to extract that, it's going to extract it into a subfolder. You've got to move those files back into the frpc folder, otherwise the app won't find them. On Mac, the file is stored in users, then your username, library, application support, Phenom-bingo, frpc. Okay, so that's the file location that you have to go to add your exemptions. Once again, very easy. Only takes a minute or two. You've only got to do it once, and you're good to go. If you're not sure about how to restore files from quarantine and how to add exemptions for the specific antivirus software that you're running on your computer, simply go to Google and just ask Google, how do I restore a file from quarantine for this antivirus? How do I add an exemption for this antivirus? And you're good to go. If you have any questions at all, you can always contact me at support@phenomcentral.com. Always here to help. But as I said, we wanted to make this as streamlined as possible. This was the only sort of barrier that we came across. But once again, a couple of minutes, only have to do it once, and then you're away to the races. The next time you come in, you can just click start digital game, and everything will operate as designed, as it should be. So any problems, I'm always here to help you. And that's how you get your digital game all set up and up and running properly.